The most common question asked by aspiring Shatters completionists is how to survive patience. And the most common answer is just dodge. Now, as hand wavy as that advice is, there's some truth to it. Patience is a sicken micro dodge phase with chaotic projectile spreads. You really do need to dodge most of the shots. But after hundreds of clears and being asked this question dozens of times, I've put together some pragmatic advice to help you actually survive the phase. Tip 1. Practice without the pain. Slogging through a 20-minute dungeon just to panic Nexus in a 30-second phase is frustrating and horribly inefficient. That's where practicers come in. There is the JDL Practicer. Very basic, runs in your browser, and super accessible. The downside? It only simulates a solo Shatters, so you can't practice proper group drags. Then there's Maple's Practicer, available to download on GitHub. This is my real recommendation. It is extremely faithful to the dungeon, has a group option, so that way you can simulate real drags, and allows you to change player and projectile speed. I'll put a link to the download in the description. My advice? Keep practicing until you can survive 5 or more drags consistently. Normal patience is 3 drags, hard mode is 4. So you'll be more than ready for the real thing. Tip 2. Dodging strategies. The wall shots come out in a grid pattern, forming lanes. You'll want to stand directly in a lane and shift in between them as needed. Allow the shots in your lane to dictate how you move, pushing and pulling you until you need to change lanes. Counterintuitively, less movement is often safer. In many of my clips, I stop moving completely to allow shots to pass by before continuing on. If there are no good lanes to switch to, you'll often have to selectively tank shots. In that case, prioritize tanking blue shots as the red shots debuff. Small red cause bleeding, large red inflict curse. To dodge the shade's large arrow shots, the trick is to start slightly off center from your shade. If he lines up with you, that's your cue to swap lanes. As you dodge up and down, you can let shades get pretty close to you. Okay, maybe not that close. And finally, something that is more of a niche skill, but still useful. You can learn to corner dodge by walking diagonally through walls. It's clutch when clumps of projectiles pin you down, and it doubles as great practice for Umi's DDR phase. Tip 3. Preparation. Before you begin the phase, choose which shade you'll drag. Most new players choose bottom, causing it to be PvP'd the most. In my experience, top is PvP'd the least, and the sides are quite popular for having slightly more space between the shades, giving you some extra wiggle room. Don't overthink it, just go with what feels the most comfortable to you. There's no wrong answer, and raids need people on every shade for a proper drag. To further prepare, make sure you turn player opacity off for everyone. It's a game changer not being blinded by your buddy's 12-story tall Oryx pet. To make the phase easier, you'll want to stack HP. For heavy armor, breastplate with Cuirass or Awakened Berserker armor as swap outs is helpful. Just remember to turn autofire off so Berserker doesn't inflict bleed. For robes, rags with a decent MP build will net you the most HP. And for leather classes, the ST armor from Crystal Cavern is very helpful. I find Amulet of Restoration extremely comforting during this phase, as it allows me to get very low without panicking. Also, if you get the new Esben ring with the on-hit armored enchant, it can be a good swap out as it reduces damage taken by 20% for up to 7 seconds. If you don't have access to any of this endgame gear, don't worry. The swap outs tend to be more trouble than they're worth, Just play any melee class, and you'll have plenty of HP to attempt. Make sure you drag the correct shade each time. If you drag the wrong one, you can get sandwiched between two shades, which makes it incredibly difficult to dodge. You'll also draw the ire of your raid group, and could get kicked out of future runs. The drags go clockwise, then counterclockwise, then clockwise again. Once you finish patience, make sure to group on the bottom green carpet for the next phase. You don't want to get caught off guard and away from heals as a new phase starts. And for my final tip, come to my runs. I typically bring my Wiz Mod Paladin, whose seal gives over 300 HP base, which I boost to be almost 450 with Fairy Dust during patience. If someone brings HP nils, you can end up with over 600 extra hit points going into the phase. We've had hard mode runs with over 40 players where no one nexused to patience. Thank you for watching and for letting me be part of your Shatters journey. I know this dungeon can be tough, but every clear is a milestone worth being proud of. I wish you the best of luck in your runs, and may the loot be ever in your favor.